I'm David, the Warlord card gamer, and today I'm here to welcome you to Warlord Saga of the Storm, the epic card game where powerful warlords and their armies battle each other for supremacy in the Accordlands. So let's get started. To play, you and a friend are going to need decks and at least one 20-sided die. Once set up, to win, you're going to have to kill the opposing warlord. But obviously that's not going to be easy. Since winning the game is going to require you to actually attack the opposing warlord, you're likely going to have to fight through their army first. So let's take a look at what a character looks like before we get ahead of ourselves. Each character card is going to have the following stats. Attack for a bonus to your melee strikes, AC to protect against getting hit, the level of the character, the class of the character, gauntlet for fighter, glove for rogue, starburst for cleric, scroll for wizard, and oval for classless, its alignment, white for good and black for evil, hit points, where if damage received equals the hit points a character has, that character is placed in your discard pile, and lastly, skill, for those pesky skill checks like traps, spells, and feats. It's also important to note that each character has a faction, one of the 7 armies of the Accordlands. Now that we know what a character looks like, let's look at your first game. At the start of the game, you each reveal your starting armies and shuffle your decks. A starting army has 3 level 1 characters in the first rank, 2 level 2 characters in the second rank, and your warlord in the third rank. To start the game, you draw 5 cards, and each roll initiative to see who goes first. In Warlord, the turn is a representation of a real battle. In a real battle, tons of things would be happening at the same time. So instead of players taking one massive turn each, this chaotic reality is represented in Warlord by players only getting to command one order at a time to their armies. They then switch off back and forth until both players pass consecutively. It's at this point that the turn would end and all characters are unspent. Some actions are played at react speed, of course, and as expected, those would interrupt gameplay until they're resolved. The person who won initiative gets to declare the first order. They can either play a card from their hand, perform an action printed on one of their cards in play, maneuver a character, or better yet, attack. In order to try and inflict damage on the opposing army, you need to declare an attack which consists of melee strikes. To declare an attack, choose a character you'd like to attack with, spend them, and declare a target for their first melee strike. If your opponent has no reactions, you roll your d20 to see if your strike hits. In order for a strike to hit, your attack bonus plus your strike roll must be equal to or greater than the opposing character's AC. If you hit, you deal 1 damage to that character. If the opposing character only has 1 hit point, then it dies and is put into that player's discard pile. Let's call in reinforcements. To play a character, place it into play in the rank of its level. Similar to most games, the higher the level of the character, the more powerful it is. The lower the level of the character, the squishier they are. You may not play a character that would create an illegal rank. You may have an equal number of characters in one rank as the rank in front of it, but an illegal rank occurs when there are more characters in that rank than there are in the rank in front of it. So we would not have been able to play Kato if Sally wasn't there. As we can see, the battle is happening in the front ranks, so the only way for your characters in the back ranks to jump into the fray is by moving forward. Any character may maneuver forwards or backwards 1 rank by spending. If this creates an illegal rank, you must fix it by choosing a character that must fall forward. This happens at react speed. If you were to choose a character that is already spent to fall forward, it becomes stunned. This means it will take 2 full turns to be ready again, so let's not do that. Let's finish up by looking at some of the other cards you might have in your hand. Other than characters, your deck is also going to have item and action cards. To play an action, first check that your character can play it. The action must be equal to or lower level than the character's level, and the character must have the class of the action card. To play the card, declare the action card you want to play by showing it to your opponent and choosing the character that performed the action. Once it's done, the action goes into your discard pile. Characters may also play actions printed in their text box, like this one with a range strike. A range strike works a lot like a melee strike, except instead of striking a character within 1 rank, it strikes a character 2 ranks away. Instead of using the attack bonus of the card, the bonus to the roll is always specified in the ability itself. Last but not least, item cards are incredibly important for victory. It's pretty hard to go into battle without a trusty sword, shield, and steed. To use an item card, you need to make sure your character can equip it. The character needs to have the same class as the item, and then you need to check the level of the item. Characters may equip items up to their level, plus a bonus equal to the rank that they currently occupy. The more powerful the item, the higher level it's going to be, and the further back your character is going to have to be to equip it. So for example, your Warlord is a level 5 character, and at the start of the game the Warlord is in the 3rd rank. This means that they can equip up to level 8 items at that moment. Well, now that you know the rules of war, it's your time to shine. May the Die Gods forever be in your favor. Get out there and conquer or defend the Accordlands. Thanks for watching. Please leave any questions or comments about Warlord that you might have down below. I'd love to help out. Like and subscribe for tons more content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care!